Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Classic Comics. So, I've got good news. We can rejoice because it turns out that Lucasfilm does not dislike Star Wars fans. They love Star Wars fans and they love criticism. They love when we criticize their films and they love being a part of that debate. So apparently we've had it all wrong. You know, when Pablo Hidalgo mocked Star Wars theory for crying at the sight of Luke in that Mandalorian finale, we misunderstood. He was not mocking him. This was, he wasn't mocking. He was, yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't mocking. That is the point. Or if he was mocking in a loving, affectionate way, not in a condescending way. And when he mocked Star Wars fans for being upset about Baby Yoda eating the eggs, again, he was not mocking. Or if he was mocking in a warm, gentle way, not in a mean-spirited way. And I have proof if you doubt me right here. So this is the New York Times, and this is a news story, I guess, that's been put on their site, I guess, today. So the Force and a lenient Disney is with Star Wars fan filmmakers. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. So for the first time in half a decade, a year has gone by without a new Star Wars film, a planned pause that happened to coincide with the pandemic. Hmm, interesting. But across YouTube, there are plenty of movies set in a galaxy far, far away. Those made by fans. Instead of the sci fi saga's familiar title crawl and brassy score, their work usually begins with notices affirming that rights to the story belong to Lucasfilm. Such films have existed for almost as long as the franchise itself. Early examples were spoofs like the 1978 short Hardware Wars. I remember that one. And that was really the first kind of Star Wars parody or Star Wars takeoff, really. And the 1997 Stormtrooper-centric Send Up Cops, which was called Troops. Lucasfilm held annual fan movie contests in the decade before Disney acquired the company in 2012. But Disney's stewardship, coupled with the wide availability of higher quality movie making tools, has inaugurated a new era of fan creativity. If anything, it's been more alive than it's ever been, said one filmmaker, David Ortiz. You have all these high budget fan films that you didn't have 10 or 15 years ago, and people have more easy access to things like VFX, 3D modeling, and Blender. I think right now, if anybody's wanting to do a fan film, this is the time to do it. Far from the amateur camcorder in the woods aesthetics of some past efforts, recent productions range from intricately plotted live action to digital shorts made with motion capture suits. Ortiz acknowledged that enthusiasm for his project, based on a 1996 storyline that Disney decanonized, came partly from disappointed fans. He said he viewed those reactions warily. I don't want somebody knocking on my door and saying, all right, you've got to stop this because there's a history where if you poke Disney too hard, they will come back and bite. Disney said it has encouraged fan creativity and invited disagreement over its creative choices. I mean, I'm seriously, it says it. It says it right there. Disney has encouraged fan creativity and invited disagreement over its creative choices. Yeah, right. That's one of the beauties of Star Wars, that it sparks that kind of conversation and that kind of passion, said a Lucasfilm spokeswoman, Lynn Hale. And we always welcome the debate. Right there. We always welcome the debate. Okay, I'm calling BS on that. But the discourse has a dark side. After the recent trilogy centered women and people of color far more than the earlier Star Wars movies, some fans fueled online harassment of performers or critiqued female characters in misogynistic ways. Some fan films deliberately reject that toxicity. More diverse casting means richer stories, more nuanced stories, and new perspectives within the galaxy, said Stephen Vatale, who directed Hoshino, a 2016 short about a female Jedi played by Anna Akana, whose hubristic misuse of a lightsaber costs her eyesight. And I guess that's this here. So, I mean, that looks interesting. May need to give that a look. Movie-making fans of other fantasy franchises have complex relationships with the companies that own them. And Star Wars fan films do walk a legal tightrope. Disney asks that they be clearly marked, not raise money through crowdfunding, omit copyrighted media, and do not profit from ticket sales or online advertisements. The company doesn't appear to discriminate between fan films made by professionals and those made by amateurs, provided they follow its rules. There's a point where you do have to protect your copyright, Hale said. Yeah, I understand that. Not everybody complies. An Indiegogo campaign to finance Kenobi got help from James Arnold Taylor, who has voiced the character in Star Wars animated television shows. He also plays the villain in Kenobi. Others have turned to Kickstarter to crowdfund their work. And some who try to observe the rules have run into trouble. Warner Chappell, which shares some Star Wars music rights with Lucasfilm, in 2019 claimed copyright over a Darth Vader fan film, Shards of the Past, posted on YouTube. I believe that is the one that Star Wars Theory was involved with. This guy, Star Wars, I believe he was involved with that film. A torrent of online criticism followed, accusing the company of seeking to profit from fan work. Lucasfilm ultimately intervened to lift the claim. Hale said she could not comment about copyright claims. As technology stretches the capabilities of fan storytelling, questions of propriety could become even thornier. Several films by Peter... Holy cow. This looks like a Star Wars name. Peter Sikaz, I don't know. A Hungarian university student combined digital assets from official Star Wars video games with original motion capture animation. Sikaz said the game developers were aware of his work even as fan-made Star Wars video games have been repeatedly shut down. As these films grow technically more artful, they have grown more expensive. A 2-minute animated movie can cost more than $5,000 to produce. The budget for Kenobi approached $100,000, Satterlin said. Costly expectations can be prohibitive. Last month, Ortiz indefinitely suspended his project after failing to raise $20,000 through crowdfunding. Disney's rules mean many fan movies are financial losses, but a well-executed production can drive YouTube subscribers, attract sponsors for future work, or open doors to professional opportunities. It greases the wheels, Satterlin said of his short. It's helped me to get in the room to talk to somebody. That's cool. Disney's ambitions to further expand the franchise, a raft of new shows was announced in December, may lead to more creative differences with parts of its audience, but there are also signs of mutual appreciation. Earlier, the company confirmed long-standing rumors that it would develop a streaming series focused on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Satterlin said he expected the official spin-off to explore thematic terrain similar to his short. He called that prospect exciting and flattering. It would be a huge honor if they used some of what we came up with, he said. Better even if they called me in. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, dude. If Disney called and said, we want you to join the team, I'd be there tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, dude. So anyway, so there you have it from the New York Times. So, you know, we've had it all wrong. Lucasfilm loves fans. They love criticism. And they love to have a debate about, you know, their storytelling. They really appreciate these things. They embrace them and they welcome them. So, what do you think? Having realized that you've misunderstood and really mischaracterized Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and Pablo and the Lucasfilm Story Group, so how do you feel about that? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then please do hit the like button, and also please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.